Hey warriors, have you ever felt trapped inside your own mind? As if your thoughts are running on autopilot, looping endlessly without giving you peace? Somewhere along the way, our minds became warehouses for worries that aren't even ours, fears inherited from others, expectations imposed by a world that doesn't stop, and judgments that have no basis in reality. Every day, mental noise piles up. Regrets from yesterday, anxieties for tomorrow, comparisons to people living completely different lives, and the constant replay of moments that no longer serve us. It's exhausting. It's chaotic. And most people think this is just how life works. That stress, overthinking, and mental clutter are unavoidable. That calm, clarity, and focus are luxuries, only reachable on a holiday or after retirement. But the truth is, mental freedom isn't something you wait for. It's something you can reclaim, starting now. Look at a child for a moment. They are fully present. They don't carry the weight of the past or the burden of the future. They are entirely absorbed in the moment, focused and clear. So what happens to us as we grow? Life gets louder, faster, more demanding, and we never learn the art of filtering the noise. As a result, our minds are constantly bombarded, spinning with thoughts that feed stress instead of clarity. Here's a truth the world won't tell you. Most mental suffering isn't caused by events. It's caused by the stories we keep telling ourselves about those events. One setback happens, but your mind replays it 100 times, making it bigger, heavier, more painful. This is where Stoicism comes in. It teaches us that our peace doesn't depend on the outside world. It depends on how we manage our thoughts, what we choose to focus on, and how intentionally we respond to life. In this video, we're going to uncover 5 Stoic truths that can free your mind from toxic thoughts, helping you regain focus, calm, and inner peace. These are practical insights drawn from timeless philosophy that can help you stop the mental loops, filter out the noise, and reclaim control over your own mind. By the end, you'll have the tools to live with clarity, presence, and strength, because true freedom always begins in the mind. Number 1. Awareness of thought. Have you ever felt trapped inside your own mind, where thoughts don't ask permission before entering? Every day, thousands of thoughts flood in. Some pass quietly, and some settle like heavy clouds. They whisper doubt, replay old failures, predict worst outcomes, and slowly poison confidence. Most people confuse these thoughts with reality and live as captives of their own mind. But the Stoics revealed a powerful truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who notices them. Epictetus said, "You cannot control what happens, but you can control how you interpret it." And that single realization separates a free mind from a troubled one. Thoughts shape emotions, emotions shape decisions, and decisions shape life. So when a thought says, "You're not capable," or "Your life won't improve," it's not the voice of reality. It's just noise. The moment you recognize a thought as just a thought, something magical happens. Distance appears. Instead of drowning in fear, frustration, or negativity, you watch it from the outside. Here is that insecurity again. Here is that overthinking again. That pause, only a second long, is where control begins. Without awareness, the mind reacts blindly. One small worry about the future turns into stress. One bad memory becomes self-doubt. Someone's judgment becomes self-hate. Life becomes a chain reaction. But with awareness, you break the chain. You stop the spiral before it even starts. Think about today. How many times did your mood shift without you knowing why? Maybe a small job-related thought turned into anxiety. Maybe one negative memory killed your motivation for the whole day. These are the exact moments where awareness becomes power. When you catch the thought early, before it grows, you protect your energy, your focus, your inner peace. And yes, It takes practice, like training a muscle, but every little improvement changes life. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself every day, observe the thoughts that arise, and you will understand yourself. When you observe thoughts without judgment, clarity grows, calm grows, strength grows. Try this now. Pause for just a second and notice a recurring negative thought in your life. Ask yourself quietly, is this thought true? Is it useful? Does it help me grow? If the answer is no, do not fight it. Do not debate with it. Do not try to fix it. Just notice it and let it pass like a cloud. The goal is not to eliminate negative thoughts. The goal is to stop letting them control you. So I want you to do something powerful for yourself. Reveal one toxic thought that has been controlling your life without permission. Comment it below. Say it openly. Type the thought that you are ready to release today. I will read every comment because simply acknowledging that thought is already the first step toward breaking free from it. Remember this for the rest of your life. Awareness is liberation. The moment you truly see your thoughts for what they are, not facts, not destiny, not identity, you gain the power to choose which thoughts deserve your attention and which thoughts deserve to disappear. This is where transformation begins. This is the first Stoic step toward a mind that is steady, sharp, disciplined, and truly free. Number 2. Detachment from thoughts para. Detachment is the bridge between noticing thoughts and mastering the mind. Most suffering comes from merging with every idea that pops up. Fear, anger, or desire shows, and we cling as if they define us. Detachment means stepping back. It means observing thoughts as separate from who you are. You see them, acknowledge them, then release them without judgment. Emotions follow thoughts. When you detach, they lose their grip. Anger cools faster. Anxiety softens. Desire appears clearly without pushing you to act blindly. Seneca reminded us, nothing harms unless we allow it. A thought only has power if you give it meaning. Stepping back preserves energy. Energy is spent on deliberate action, not reactive distraction. Detachment is a practice, active and continuous. When irritation rises, pause, label it. Say silently, this is temporary. This is not me. Watch the feeling arise and fade. Track where it started and where it goes. Over time, detachment strengthens calm, rationality, and focus. Life throws challenges. People provoke. Plans fail. Detachment keeps the mind steady. Choices become intentional, not impulsive. Your mind stops being a battlefield and becomes a controlled space. To practice, observe one disruptive thought today. Notice how it appears and how it moves. Ask, does holding it help or drain energy? Journaling makes this habit stick. Reflection reveals triggers and automatic reactions. Every act of detachment reduces worry, regret, or craving. You see what deserves attention and what can be let go. Morning, noon, evening. Scan the mind. Catch thoughts before they take over. Let them pass. Notice the difference between seeing and reacting. This builds inner stability. Focus comes easier. Decisions become clearer. Emotions are manageable. Detachment is not indifference. It is choice. It is power. It is peace earned through practice. The more you do it, the calmer life feels inside. Tension fades where it once gripped you. The mind sustains focus, rational judgment, and deliberate action. Reflect today. Which thought did you detach from successfully? Which emotion loosened because you stepped back? How did pausing change your perspective? What did you learn about yourself in that moment? Each reflection reinforces the habit and inspires others. Detachment, practiced daily, transforms experience. Inner calm and intentional action become natural. You respond to the world with reason, not reaction. Every fleeting idea no longer sweeps you away. Your mind becomes free, your focus sharp, your life steadier. That is the power of detachment. That is the strength of observing without merging. That is the Stoic path to mastery over the mind. Number 3. Challenge the thought. Challenging a thought comes after noticing and detaching from it. Many ideas feel convincing, but not all are true or useful. The mind often exaggerates problems, assumes the worst, or clings to old assumptions. Questioning a thought means checking the evidence. Ask, is this accurate? Does it reflect reality or fear? Could I be misreading the situation? This turns passive thinking into active reasoning. When worry pops up about work, relationships, or goals, pause. Look at facts, not the story your mind tells. Challenge the narrative that drains focus or energy. Marcus Aurelius reminded himself that perception shapes experience more than events. Challenging a thought doesn't dismiss emotions. It changes the way you respond. Anxiety becomes insight. Doubt becomes reflection. Impatience becomes clarity. Testing assumptions trains discernment. Over time, patterns of distortion appear. You see which fears are habitual and which beliefs are outdated. Practice this actively. Pick one troubling idea. Write it down. List evidence for and against it. Spot gaps, exaggerations, or false conclusions. Decide if the thought deserves attention or can be set aside. Reflection reclaims control and stops unnecessary emotional escalation. Engagement strengthens understanding, so comment below. Which thought did you question today? How did checking it change your reaction? What small insight did you gain when you tested a belief you usually accepted? Did it shift your perspective or calm a strong emotion? Observing and challenging thoughts also sharpens problem solving. You act with clarity, not assumption. Decisions become intentional. Energy goes to what matters. Life will keep throwing challenges. Situations can feel overwhelming. People may act unfairly. A mind trained to question its own conclusions responds with reason instead of panic. Journaling helps reinforce the habit and tracks growth. Over weeks, emotional regulation, focus, and clarity improve. Challenging thoughts builds resilience. You learn that ideas don't dictate reality. They are hypotheses, not commands. Each successful challenge builds confidence and mental strength. Reflect on one belief you realized was misleading. How did it affect your actions before? What will you do differently now? Engaging in this reflection strengthens the habit. Constant questioning creates mental freedom. You act based on truth, not assumption. Life feels calmer, more purposeful, more clear. Challenging thoughts isn't a one-time task, it's daily practice. Every day, notice one belief, worry, or assumption. Test it against reality. Release what's false. Accept what's grounded. Step by step, thinking patterns shift. Stability under pressure grows. Focus flourishes. Thoughts no longer control behavior. Inner peace becomes practical and consistent. This gives the foundation for deliberate, rational, and meaningful action in every part of life. Number 4. Replace negative thoughts. Replacing negative thoughts comes after noticing, detaching, and challenging them. Simply rejecting them isn't enough. The mind must be filled with helpful, empowering alternatives. Negative thoughts often repeat automatically, creating cycles of worry, fear, and self-doubt. When one appears, pause. Ask yourself, what is a healthier thought? Replace "I cannot handle this" with "I can take one step at a time." Replace "everything is going wrong" with "I will focus on what I can control." Epictetus emphasized that the mind's content shapes life. Choosing useful thoughts brings peace and clarity. Begin by catching a negative impression as it arises. Notice it. Then, introduce a positive alternative grounded in reality, reason, and your own ability. This is not forced optimism. It is not ignoring challenges. It is training the mind to act with purpose rather than react with fear or despair. Practice daily. Over time, the brain strengthens pathways that make constructive thinking automatic. Life will keep presenting stress, setbacks, and conflicts. Replacing harmful thoughts ensures emotions stay manageable. Attention goes to what matters. Observe which negative ideas come up most. Make a mental list of countering statements that bring clarity, motivation, or calm. Journal your progress. Reflect on situations where replacing a thought changed your action. Comment below. Which negative thought did you replace today? What positive thought took its place? How did it shift your energy or focus? Did it influence a decision differently than usual? Over time, this process transforms habitual negativity into a mindset of possibility. Each replacement builds resilience and strengthens rational control. When challenges appear, your first response shifts from fear to observation and deliberate action. Energy is preserved. Confidence grows. Calm strengthens. Track patterns. Which thoughts appear most? What triggers them? Prepare empowering alternatives ahead of time. Stoics remind us that controlling perception is the path to inner freedom. Replacing negative thinking with rational, supportive ideas builds focus, clarity, and peace. It encourages intentional behavior, steady decisions, and emotional stability, even when the world is unpredictable. Share more in the comments. Which replacement surprised you? Which one was hardest but worked best? How will you keep practicing tomorrow? With consistent application, the mind becomes proactive, guiding action instead of reacting. Constructive thinking becomes habit. Negativity diminishes. Life is experienced with focus, intention, and presence. Automatic reactions, worry, and self-doubt lose control. The mind turns into a tool for clarity, calm, and purposeful action. This is the power of replacing negative thoughts. This is how the Stoics built inner freedom, one thought at a time. Number 5. Cultivate daily mindfulness. Cultivating daily mindfulness is the final step to freeing the mind and restoring focus and inner peace. Awareness, detachment, challenging thoughts, and replacing negativity all matter. But without practice, they fade. Mindfulness anchors you in the present moment. It means noticing what is happening now, without distraction, without judgment, without rushing. Life constantly pulls the mind to the past or the future. Regrets, worries, endless noise. Mindfulness pulls attention back. Observe your breath, body sensations, surroundings, or simple actions. Each moment of awareness trains the mind to stay present. Clarity grows. Intrusive thoughts lose power. Daily mindfulness nurtures gratitude, patience, and acceptance. Noticing small details brings wonder, even in challenges. Marcus Aurelius reflected daily that life unfolds moment by moment, and nothing external can disturb calm if the mind stays in the now. Practice can be simple. Pause to observe surroundings, walk mindfully, listen fully in conversation, or focus on breathing for a few minutes. Each practice reinforces focus and emotional regulation. Comment below. When today did you practice being fully present? What did you notice that usually goes unseen? How did it affect your mood or energy? Did it change your response to a challenge? Sharing insights strengthens your habit and inspires others. Over time, mindfulness builds resilience. Stress no longer triggers automatic tension. Feelings arise. You notice them, acknowledge them, and let them pass. Concentration deepens. Decision-making improves. Life becomes experienced, not merely endured. Observing thoughts, sensations, and surroundings continuously grows awareness and strengthens control over attention. Mindfulness improves relationships too. Fully engaging with others without distraction deepens connection. Listening becomes sharper. Patience grows. Regular reflection strengthens the habit. Notice patterns. What situations challenge presence most? Which moments naturally pull full attention? Comment with one instance today where mindfulness shifted your reaction. Did it reduce worry, improve focus, or create calm? Each reflection reinforces consistency. Mindfulness is not a one-time act. It is built daily. Even a few minutes shape the mind. Thoughts become less chaotic. Attention sharpens. Inner peace grows. The mind learns to observe without judgment. Response becomes intentional. Each moment is inhabited fully. Repetition makes clarity natural. Life is approached with focus, presence, and calm. Not distraction or worry. Daily mindfulness stabilizes emotions, strengthens perception, and enhances living. The mind becomes a controlled, peaceful space, facing challenges with reason, composure, and confidence. Comment further. Which mindfulness technique worked best for you today? What shift in focus or calm did you notice? How will you apply it tomorrow? Consistency ensures freedom from toxic thinking is maintained. Focus, clarity, and inner peace become natural states of mind. Now that you have explored these 5 powerful Stoic truths, it is time to put them into action. Awareness, detachment, challenging thoughts, replacing negativity, and daily mindfulness are not meant to remain ideas. They are practices to transform your mind and life. Begin with one truth each week. Focus entirely on it, observe your progress, and integrate it into daily routines. Notice how your thoughts arise. Step back without judgment, question assumptions, introduce empowering alternatives, and remain present in every moment. Small, consistent actions compound into remarkable change. Reflect on your experience, celebrate small victories, and adjust when needed. Engage with this journey by sharing your insights in the comments. Which truth are you practicing this week? How did it affect your mood, focus, or decisions? Did any thought patterns surprise you or shift in unexpected ways? Your reflections not only reinforce your own growth, but inspire others to begin their own path to clarity and inner peace. Like this video if it resonated, share it with someone who needs focus and calm, and subscribe to the channel to continue exploring Stoic principles each week. Step by step, week by week, your mind can become free, your focus sharp, and your inner peace unshakable. Begin today, commit fully, and witness the transformation unfold.